All right. Happy Monday, but more importantly, happy spring, everyone. So, are you excited about this? If you're like me, winter is my least favorite season. Spring, summer, fall, I love them. Yes, so I'm very excited about spring coming. And I had planned for the past 2 weeks to share about affirmations and why they don't really work. But I'm going to table that again for next week. I tabled it last week. I'm tabling it again this week because it's spring. And so I felt it would be a great idea and it would make most sense to do it this week to share some spring pick me ups. Also, to be honest, this is kind of where I have been in the past week. All last week, I was doing some spring cleaning. So it was on my mind to share with you guys some tips for spring in terms of self-care, wellness, our mental health. And it's exciting, we've made it to spring. So 3 months into 2022, we're doing this thing, right? So yes, spring pick-me-ups, I have 7 of them that I want to share with you this evening. And the first one, surprise is spring clean your closets. Now, let me tell you, I rediscovered these cute little shoes last week that I wore on Sunday, which was the first day of spring. I had not worn these shoes since probably 2018, even 17. It's been years. I kind of remember like when I get things or when I do things based on like major events in my life. And I remember wearing them right around the time before I went to Haiti. I don't know why I remember wearing them that time. But anyway, my mind is racing with how I remember things. And that's okay, right? But yes, they have been probably buried in my closet since like 2018. And I rediscovered them. So spring clean your closets. It's great. It's fun. You can rediscover things that you didn't know you had or you forgot you had, reinvent your style. And this is for both, ladies and gentlemen, of course. We all have things that we've kind of forgotten about. Also, just the idea of cleaning, right? It's a new season and it is kind of a fresh season, right? Things are being reborn in the earth during spring seasons. Things that were dormant, trees and flowers that were dormant and, resting, they're coming back to life, right? So this spring cleaning, we're kind of giving our home a life again. Our environment is so important to our mental health. And it's just important for us to feel when we are in our homes or when we're going through our closets, to have some sort of order and have things feel fresh, right? It's just making it comfortable for ourselves to be in our own homes, right? Our home is our castle. So we should, make it like that. And so, yes, also when you are doing spring cleaning, you're going to find things you don't need any longer, right? So I was super excited to find my shoes. I also found some items that I don't really care so much for. So I can either donate them and help someone else out, right? Which I'm doing with some of my items, but also it is another way to get a little extra cash in your pocket. So I also have sold a few things. So finding things that I don't need anymore or don't suit me anymore for whatever reason, right? I can make a little extra money for my pocket. And who doesn't like that, right? Finding money. So that is tip 1, spring clean your closets. You can even do this in your kitchen. I think I'm going to be doing my cupboards next, reorganizing that. Maybe I will make a little video on that, or maybe not. My kitchen cupboards are pretty scary. I've been pack ratting like canned goods and stuff. So, but anyway, I'm getting off track. So tip number 2, paint a room in your home a new color. So if you are in my Facebook group, my private Facebook group, there is going to be a post coming up. I guess this is a spoiler alert about color therapy. But color is very important. in our homes, it does affect our mood. It can be energizing or it can be depressing, right? I painted it doesn't it's not true to color. You can't really see the gray. In the video it looks kind of yellow greasious. It's not really good, right? But when I painted my living room gray, it was just this very soothing color. And so it actually was very, and still is, very calming. I feel very peaceful when I'm in my living room, right? So finding a new color, it could be in your home office if you are your own boss, right? You could spruce things up by adding, an accent wall or just doing some kind of fresh color. New season, cheer up your mood, calm yourself, whatever it happens to be that you're looking to do. Now, this is tip number 3. So, I like to try to give tips that are not expensive if they do require spending money. So, ladies, a quick spring pick me up could be just getting a fresh new spring color lipstick, right? You have all your old clothes that you're recycling and restyling that you find in your closet, but you could get some fresh lipstick or lip gloss or even like a little pastel colored mani, right? Get you in the mood for spring. Gentlemen, maybe get a new cologne, right? Colognes can kind of be some colognes are more appropriate, right, in the winter seasons versus spring or summer seasons. So you could try a new cologne, just a little something to feel yourself a little more, a little self-care, right? Aromatherapy. So, and then, just for all of us, new socks, right? Some cute little new ankle socks or something, just to kind of, as like a little accessory to our outfits or whatever. And it's always nice to put your feet in new socks. I don't know. I do. Maybe it's just me, but I do love a fresh pair of new socks, slipping my feet into them. They're comfortable. So it's just kind of like a good feel good thing that you can have. It's like small, but it's the little things that make the difference, right? So when our feet are comfortable, or at least when my feet are comfortable, right, the rest of me is kind of comfortable. So yes, just having it's kind of like a really inexpensive and easy little luxury you can treat yourself to. Give yourself a little pick me up, and go about your day feeling good from your toes up. So tip number 4, hydrate. I think this is literally in all of my tips that I have ever given. Whenever I make a list of my tips, drinking water is somewhere on the list. But this time, I've kind of fancied it up a little bit. So I was thinking, right, what could make drinking water more like a luxury when we're in our home, right? Because part of self-care is doing little special things for ourselves. And then we can also do those things for our family members, right? We can, find little details here and there that could just make our home feel luxurious. So doing infused water, right? Treat yourself to some spa water. Why only get spa water at the spa? And I know a lot of us put maybe lemon or lime in our water, but there are some really fancy things out there. There is a book, I can put it in the link. It gives you recipes for different fancy spa waters that you can make at home, but you can, incorporate, essences like lavender or berries or mint. There's I think mint's pretty commonly used, but you can get really creative with your water. So while you're doing your self-care and something that we all need, our bodies really need water, right? We can also kind of make it luxurious. So something else you can do for a spring pick-me-up, you can watch a funny movie. You can watch it by yourself or you can watch it with someone else. They do say laughter is the best medicine. So when we laugh, obviously, one thing, especially think about if you're with your best friend, right? And you just look at each other and you just start laughing and you don't even know why you're laughing and you just laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh, right? You you get a stomach ache, right? Laughter, it's a workout. You're getting your crunches in, you're strengthening your abs and toning up your abs, and you're having fun doing it, right? So it's good for our bodies, right? It's good for our muscles, it's good for our heart, it's good for um, you know, because we're letting go of the stress, right? So if we have been ruminating or thinking about things that are going on in life or in the world, and there's a lot of things that if we focused on them too long, we could become very stressed out, right? Um, Food's becoming more expensive. There's shortages, right? I ordered a computer. I need a new computer badly, right? Being a businesswoman is not easy without a smoothly working computer, right? I ordered a computer. It was supposed to be here 2 weeks ago. Nope, it's not going to be coming until April 13th. So, right, there's all sorts of things, right? Delays happening here and there, supply chains, whatever. Or just even things that could be going on in your personal life with your relationships or how you're feeling about yourself or your work, right? So watching a funny movie, it can kind of break that. It gives you a break. It's like a natural way to kind of snap yourself out of, negative or toxic thought patterns. Now, I'm not saying it's bad if you think about something bad, right? There are certain things, right, that we need to focus on or think about or prepare for, right? If, for example, we're concerned about inflation, right? And being able to afford food, right? For our families, right? So every time we go to the grocery store, we could know that things are getting more expensive. Let me just buy one extra bag of rice, or let me buy an extra bag of pasta, or let me buy an extra bag of frozen fruit. So like just buying, right? So you're thinking about and planning and preparing, right? So sometimes thinking about bad things can actually be beneficial to us and help us prepare and not be blindsided. But at the same time, we don't want to be like constantly focused on the negative and worried and stressed. And watching a funny movie, laughing, it just kind of breaks those tensions. It relieves that stress that we've been feeling over whatever we've been going through or whatever's been on our minds. So it just naturally, elevates our mood, so to speak, right? We level up our mood. And yes, so you can laugh. Also, if you're doing this with, you're watching a funny movie with a friend or your husband or your wife or your children, right? You're actually naturally bonding, right? You're creating, when you're laughing at a funny movie, you're creating good memories, right? And especially if there's things, one of the ways that we heal is not actually to forget the old past or the pain, right? Um, it's not so much about like forgetting and stuffing and shoving things. A lot of our healing, including healing our identity, comes about when we create new memories. And so watching a movie with a friend, with your partner, with your children, whoever you're watching it with, you're naturally creating memories, new memories, happy memories, right? So that you're going to start building and building and building more memories that you enjoy looking back on. And actually, all of these tips today, spring pick me ups, are all actually ways to create new memories, including things like even painting your room a new color, right? You can just have that new memory. You now walk into a room and you feel more calm, or you feel more inspired, or whatever. So all of these tips are actually ways of creating new memories for yourself in your healing process. Another tip, this is tip 6, do something nice for someone and don't let them know you're going to do it. Surprise them. I had someone surprise me with flowers back in February, right? You can just surprise people. Show up, just like pop up. And I mean, obviously know your person, right? Don't pop up in a creepy stalker way. Okay, that's not what I'm talking about. But like, if you're in the neighborhood, last year, this was so fun, right? I was in my hometown and I was on a walk and I knew I was getting close to the woman's house who, when we were children, she was literally my first friend. And I just called her up on the phone, like randomly, and was like, hey, are you home? Right? I just kind of popped up on her and surprised her. I was like, hi. you know, different things, but you could also just pop up and help someone, right? Um, Recently I was upstate at my parents and there was a snowstorm. So my dad started it. And then I joined him and we, shoveled out the driveway for a neighbor across the street, right? Just to kind of help her out. So she wasn't expecting it, of course, but it was just kind of like a surprise. And it was fun, right? I helped someone. I was actually working with my dad to help someone. So, there's all sorts of different ways you can go about doing it. Cooking a meal for someone. It doesn't even have to be a meal. I used to love when I was teaching and I was in school, if I made like pies or cookies or whatever, I used to love to just like take it in and give it to like my co-teachers and stuff and be like, hi, here's some apple pie. Just like fun, random things. It doesn't have to be super, stressful for you. Just like work it in and do something nice for someone as a surprise. And it's going to pick you up. And again, like I was sharing earlier with the funny movies, it's a great way to create new memories with people. And last but not least, tip number 7, smell the flowers. Okay, maybe you're allergic, but allergies aside, it's nice to get out in nature. Our bodies are meant to move. And so it's nice to just kind of go on a walk in the park or just take a walk around the block in your neighborhood. You can take pictures of the flowers or whatever. And just being in nature, apparently, I have learned, according to studies, it does actually increase your memory and increase, what was the other thing? Oh, increase your concentration, which kind of makes sense because if I'm stuck at a computer all day, right, and I'm just like in this zone, I'm kind of zoning out, right, on my keyboard typing away, or editing photos, right? But if I go out, I get a fresh perspective, like my oxygen and everything circulating, and I'm out and about. I'm stimulating my mind with new things in nature or flowers in this case, since it's spring. And so, yes, that is tip number 7. So going out, enjoying the nature, smelling the flowers. So if you just joined, I was sharing my 7 spring pick-me-up tips since it is now spring. Yesterday was the first day. So I'm going to share this on YouTube as well as in the private Facebook group. So you will be able to rewatch it. If you have any of your own spring pick-me-up tips, things that you really enjoy doing in the springtime, feel free. Please put them in the comments below. And I am excited. It's the first Monday of spring. So have a great rest of your evening and a peaceful and successful and enjoyable week ahead. All right. Peace.